Well, I am now in the hole. I left Redlands. I would have gone crazy trying to stay all the way through 50 or longer over there with the fast pace of charming and everything. And you know, someone had suggested to me this zone, and I don't think I realized exactly what level it was, so I wasn't up for it. But now that I realize that these entry mobs are all basically the perfect level for me to XP on, I'm going to try it out here. I was here a little earlier, and I tried messing around just enough to see how things would go. And I killed a few mobs for XP, and I got a repop. Like, the first repop that I had was, don't mind me trying to juggle around my buff bar here. The first repop I got was a named, and I tried to kill it, but it was rough. He was level 49, and I just dinged 50, so or I dinged 50 on the mobs I was fighting when he was respawning. And boy, it was brutal trying to stick roots on this guy. I got him barely wounded, and I ended up zoning out at 0% hit points. But I had Briscoe come help me, and we killed it. And but these trash mobs are only like level 39 to 42 that I've seen so far, which is just right if I don't massively train myself, which I did. I'm gonna let... Oh, bugger. I was trying to not zone all the way out. I'm kind of surprised that many mobs aggroed my pet. Oh well. There's like 8 mobs right here, and then one that passed back and forth, I guess. And maybe like 2 more a little farther down. And the 8 are tricky to break up because they're all close enough together that you need to lull in order to pull them safely. And even though I had lulled 2 spawns deep, apparently charming a level 40 mob, the level 40 was low enough that it aggroed some of the other level 40s who were a little farther back, and looks like I got 3 or 4 mobs on my pet, and that's too many for me to deal with in these tight quarters. And now I'm stuck. Anyway, so try it again here. I forgot about Berserker Spirit. Throw that up this time and give it another go. But yeah, they're not too hard to lull. It's just that I really need to lull pretty deep into this area here in order to pull anything without aggroing. And then once I have it broken up, if I'm staying in here and XPing on these 8, I should be able to keep them down well enough that it's not too bad to pull new ones. But for the initial go of it, it involves a lot of lulling, and apparently I just need to lull everything just to be safe. Make sure that I'm not aggroing anything. There's no levitation allowed in the hole, so I can't even levitate out over the water so I can see straight down. If I want to see around the corner easily, I need to use bind sight to look back there to see what I'm targeting. But I'm hoping that I can lull everything that's in here quickly enough that I don't have to worry about that. Lull, I think, lasts as long as calm does. I'm not entirely sure, actually. My buff bar, always in the way. I think if I lull this next one also, then I should be able to snag that guy without problems. I probably actually can pull him back. I don't know if I can. It's pretty close quarters. I don't think I can probably tosh him and then get off a mez on him before he gets to me. So I'm just going to try to charm him again and hope that this time lulling the third one on the left side will mean he doesn't get aggro. And I'm going to stay standing until he comes towards me. So I think that sitting when you have a pet near stuff will transfer the longer range of your set aggro onto the stuff that's near your pet. And I don't want to aggro the third thing that's down. I might get 3 here anyways instead of just 2, but that wouldn't be the end of the world. Okay, so got 2 mobs here. One of them's level 42, the enemy, and my pet is, I can't tell what level yet. My pet's a little, well, he's only 41, I guess. I should have had mesmerization here in case I needed to try and recover from a nasty little pull. These new elemental models are kind of growing on me instead of the little turds, but one of these days I'll still remember to start my little Velius launcher thing and switch it. Just haven't thought of it yet. Oh, the name I got earlier though actually dropped something. Loam legs, kind of cool. Briscoe, being the swell pal that he is, didn't want them. He came over here to help me and let me loot up after we nuked the guy down. XP from the stuff I killed in here so far was pretty good. I was getting like 2 or sometimes 1% per kill, which is something I could definitely handle to get through 50, and then I'll go pick up improved invis and hopefully theft of thought, and then probably go to Howling Stones, maybe the upper levels of City of Mist, since I have another video there. Even though people know their way around, boy, these things take a long time to kill themselves. Even though everybody knows their way around the upper layers of City of Mist, of course. Well, maybe not the upper layers, but a lot of City of Mist is pretty well known. I still want to do a video there to show traveling around, sneaking around on the upper levels, the levitation tricks, where you can bind, the pathing, stuff like that, because it's a fun spot. I really like that zone, so and I hopefully will be out of the way of the crowds of people who are often in City of Mist by being at the upper levels instead of the lower areas. I can just barely finish him off with an Anarchy. This guy's going to take 2 Discordant Minds and an Anarchy, I think. I don't believe this stuff flees, or maybe there's just 2 Discordant Minds. Maybe there's just enemies too close, so they won't flee because of that, but I pretty much just have to finish them off. I don't know what exactly drops down here. Random loam pieces, a whole bunch of different little quest items apparently. Not much that I'm terribly interested in. But and the name spawns that are in here are pretty nasty, so I don't want to. Okay. Don't know my way around the hole. I've spent some time in here, just a little bit, when I was a level 60 enchanter, to kill Dartane the Lost and Slizik the Mighty. The name spawns in here that were on the solo artist challenge. I've been in here to kill Yale, you know. I've been in here to XP a little bit on red, on the cleric that I had, but other than that, I haven't really spent much. I've probably spent a total of like 10 hours in this zone, compared to someplace like Howling Stones, where I've spent 10 hours playing in that zone on corpse runs, let alone, with real gear. So I don't really know the levels of stuff off the top of my head, other than that the golems are super nasty, and hopefully I don't run into any rock golems while I'm in here. This elemental vizier, let's see what he is. Sounds like a wizard, but I don't know. Sure, he's not on the wiki. I'm trying to be thorough with my buffs, protect myself from nasty pull. I'll just run the heck out of here if I hit trouble. Oops. Oh, so 6, 7, 8. So with the Pather, there's 9. I don't know what the respawn is, but it's probably enough. to get some pretty good XP, and at least until 51. Probably could stay here till like 53. Not positive on that, but I bet it would last until 53. I'd like to snag that pather if I could, but I don't know if he comes back in time. Pull him back just around the corner in case the vizier comes wandering over again. And watch my pet go to town. This won't be a very long video because this is a pretty simple little spot. You know, this is basically just what I'm doing here. Unless I get a named spawn, that'd be about the only way that things could be more interesting, I think, because you know, it's pretty tough killing a level 49 mob when you're level 50. Mez sticks okay. Stuns stick okay. The problem is roots, because roots don't tend to last. So even if you might get like 50% resist or something, but on top of 50% resist, you're also going to have the roots only last like 1, 2, 3 ticks. And especially at the start of the fight, when you need to use a big slow on stuff and everything, it's tough to... I should have slowed this guy. He's kicking my pet's ass. You know, the pet can't pick up aggro early in the fight, and you end up getting your butt kicked trying to stick roots on this thing that hits for 136, you know, until your pet can pick up aggro. And even then, if you get a charm break, it's still messy. That's what happened when I was trying to kill the one guy who was here earlier. Yeah, get 2% per pretty much, which is nice. Especially if there's some minimal drops in here. Even if I just get a couple pieces of loam, you know, it's worth some plat at least. I won't be able to complain about that. I don't know if Suffocates or Gasping Embrace is gonna finish this guy off, but we'll see. Whoops. I had just gotten rid of Chaos Flux, telling myself I probably wasn't going to have an opportunity to use that small of a nuke anymore. But I guess I still will. Doesn't really save me a lot of mana, you know, compared to using an Anarchy. But it's a few ticks of sitting down and waiting that I'm saved otherwise. Whoops. Uh-oh, he's a wizard. I seem to have dodged a bullet with him blasting me anyways. I'll charm him and try to quickly lull. Uh-oh. Please die. I think he drew some aggro. Maybe not. I thought he was going to get aggroed. I guess I lulled just enough stuff that it wasn't a problem. I don't want to pull 2 of these since I'm kind of low on mana now. Although I'm guessing that my pet's gonna work over this dude here because of being a caster versus a normal melee mob. No, my pet's pretty low level though. He's only 38. recast Berserker Spirit. Even though I kind of, learning a new spot, I like to be a little safer than not, and I would like to recast it. I want to make sure that I have enough mana to finish this fight off. If I need to use some nukes or a recharm or whatever to finish it. Pet's gonna lose, actually. Casters are often much more powerful than melees because they get the max melee hits that a melee does, but they also cycle in these big nukes. But the weakness is that they often get interrupted or get resisted, and then you end up with, now he's like standing around recasting shielding and iron skin and crap like that. Well, I kind of want, I wish root would wear off before so I could back this guy up. Maybe that other guy doesn't have line of sight. I don't know. Good timing. There it goes when I didn't want it to break. Oh shit, he's dotted. I can't mez him. Got lucky with the timing and the ticks there. Okay. Anyways. Didn't end up needing that extra Berserker Spirit anyway. If this root breaks, I might get smacked up a little bit, but I got my rune up still. Recast Clarity after this nuke. I think, even though it's pretty tight quarters here and there's the possibility of a fairly high level, relatively speaking, name spawn popping up, I think this spawn will be pretty safe. I'm close enough to the entrance that, if I have a lull fail, I can just hop over the edge and swim the heck out of here. And not have to worry about, I don't think I'll have to worry about getting caught, because this stuff I'm kind of thinking is going to path around the edge, so it'll buy me enough time. I should be able to get out of the zone, even if I have a bad cast. And then that should be the only trick really in here is breaking up the spawn initially. I had a few people ask me in comments on YouTube videos about how my key binding setup and stuff, and actually there's really not much to it. I only use 20 hotkeys, and that includes these 10, and then I have numpad 1 through 8 set as these. Sit right here doubles on the numpad 0 and 0 on my keyboard or normal number list are both sit. And other than that, I just use tab for cycle through nearest targets, and I also use the tilde key for switch between two most recent targets. So like this, I can hit tilde and it switches back and forth between the two things that I had targeted most recently. And that's how I break charm very quickly with my Goblin Gazugi ring, and then switch back to my former pet and root it, and before it can even close a small gap to me. Because if this is the enemy, and this is my pet and he's fighting it, and I'm standing back here, I'm usually targeted on the enemy during the fight to watch its hit points, and then I can see my pet's hit points on the pet bar here, and also to keep the enemy rooted. If when it's time to break charm, I hit F1, which targets me, and then if I hit it again, it targets my pet, and then if I hit it a third time, it targets me again. It didn't work here because I don't have a pet, but so I hit F1 3 times from being targeted on the enemy, and then I can hit 4 which is my hotkey for my Goblin Gazugi ring, which invises me and breaks charm, and I immediately hit the tilde key, which retargets my pet, and then I immediately hit numpad 1, which starts the root, or stun or mez, nuke, whatever I need to do to finish him off. And then the rooted enemy I can deal with after that. So it can happen really quickly because I've done it a billion times. It's just all muscle memory now. from having charm so much. Allegedly, the tilde hotkey that I use to switch between targets is not classic, and but you know, what are you gonna do? Met up here and kill. I'll try to fight the next 3 mobs all at the same time just to make it a little more interesting. You got a warrior. There must be a mage up here, or a wizard. Yeah, another wizard. So I'll probably charm the wizard. No. We'll see what I want to do. I'm trying to decide if I want to charm the wizard, but he'll get beat down fast enough that he won't run out of mana, and then I'll have to try and finish him off while he's nuking me. Or I could charm one of the warriors first, and then hopefully the vizier will run out of mana by the time I get both the warriors killed, and then I can just finish off the vizier without him blasting me with nukes. Good time to put a resist magic up also, now that I know there's mobs that cast magic stuff in here. Definitely a lot different than watching the crazy dual charm slaughter video in Dreadlands, or different than actually doing it, of course. Seems like the hole is probably pretty quiet. When I logged in here, when I came in here earlier, I was by myself when I killed a few mobs and spawned the named. When I came back in here after helping Briscoe get into the zone, there was a 55 mage here that was going deeper in by himself, but he was the only one. I guess he's probably a Koth bot, I'm not sure. And then that mage had a shaman alt and a warrior that were doing these earlier. But I think that generally this is probably a pretty quiet spot, and I'm not going to run into other people here very often. I'll definitely stay for until 51. Potentially I'll stay longer than that. I guess I don't really need lull if I'm just using this guy right here. I'll met up a little bit more just to make sure I'm ready to go, and then hit it. Been trying to fiddle with my YouTube analytics, and I've been seeing like what percentage of my different videos tend to be viewed, or what percent of the video is viewed on average by a viewer and stuff. And it seems like pretty much people have an attention span overall of about 12 to 15 minutes tops. And so I've been trying to convince myself to make shorter videos, but there's not really much you can make in a 15 fucking minute video unless you edit in and out a bunch of stuff and cut and all kinds. And I'm not going to deal with that crap because it's just not what I'm going to do. Like I said before, though, I will try to make videos later where I'll be playing just normally, and then I'll record when I get a named spawn, just so I can show like the 15-minute process of getting the named killed. But I won't. I hope there's only these 2 mobs here. I guess I should have looked around the corners as a safety measure before I. Oh well. But yeah, so then you'll see like a 15-minute video then, of all the different names that I'm killing. But until then, you're just going to have to deal with me making 30+ minute videos, because I can't really show what I'm doing in less than that. So that's what you get. And hopefully my commenting along the way isn't too boring. I was kind of getting distracted by the chatting, not paying attention to what my pet was killing, or if he was about to get his ass nuked. I probably need to break right there. The Vizier was about to nuke him, and I don't want him to die before I get a chance to finish him off, you know. I'll probably charm this guy and hope that he kills the Vizier, and then I'll just finish him off. I'll just let him eat the experience. Had a short root on me, and a magic AoE nuke resisted thanks to my magic resist, I think. That's good. Brain Freeze really, he enjoys watching my videos apparently, and hit me up with the comments on them and everything. He's helped me out with some gear and stuff that he was upgrading out of. He was kind of doing passing down to me, and he also likes picking my brain about enchanter stuff, since he's a 60 enchanter, and he's wanting to get into like going to Howling Stones and soloing in there, and that's like, you know, where I spent all my time, almost all my time playing when I was younger. Well, I was younger, but when I was lower level is what I meant to say. Fuck. No, that's not right either. When I was on my previous enchanter, who was actually higher level, but I was younger when I was playing him. There you go. Yes, Nilitim's Grimoires. Those are the pages I need for my... I only have a few spells, research spells, that I'm really interested in getting my hands on, but they all require those Grimoire pages, and I don't have like any of them. I also have like 90 some research, so I wouldn't be able to do them myself anyways. No, 63, or even worse. But I think Brain Freeze can, so. Ooh, they do flee. I know there's some more stuff down the passage. I think it's more elementals and maybe some like little fiend guys who are about the same level. And then if you go down farther still, we'll run down there in a second, check it out. Then if you go down farther still, I think there are more... I don't know if he's going to be able to solo Verena Tomb. I think she's level 60, so she probably has like 30,000 hit points, and she probably hits for 160. She's only going to have cleric buffs because there's no enchanters or shamans in the zone to buff her, but she complete heals herself. And if he has a charm break, I guess he could use Wand of Allure. I don't think he has puppet strings to recharm before he gets his face kicked in. But his pet's really going to take a lot of damage early in the fight when she's casting the AoE cleric nukes and single target cleric nukes and doubling for 160. Yeah, maybe it's doable. It'd be nasty though. Oh, sneaky, hiding right behind the edge of that little pillar. They both see invis, but there's two more there. I don't know how long it is exactly until the stuff up here spawns. Oh, right now. Oh, hey, that spot has popped 2 names already. I don't really want to fight in names right now, but I guess I will try it. I'm gonna have to... pull back and fight back here before the Pather respawns and hope that I can get it. the hell? Window? Go away. Okay, anyways. Alright, so dude's super resistant. I only have a 50% slow. I'm gonna have to like give my pet haste and weapons, and then if I'm gonna get ugly. He's very resistant, like it's hard to... We'll see if I can mez him right off. Okay, cool. Maybe this guy's not as high level as the last one was. The last guy I fought resisted a couple mezzes when I didn't have him toshed. Apparently that's the hot spot. I've seen 3 respawns in that point, and 2 of the 3 were names. Ooh, this guy's gonna beat the shit out of me if I... What I'm gonna do is try to hope I can stick a root on him when Mez wears off so that he's back here out of the way of the other stuff. Oops, didn't mean to spam my screenshot key, meant to spam my slow. Pet's certainly attacking a lot more than he is, but he's gonna... I don't really think I have any other buffs, debuffs. Oh, I can fire up a damage shield. That one hurt. Boy, Pet's not gonna win. He's making a run for it, but he's gonna need some help beyond... beyond haste, slow, a damage shield. Oh, nasty. Just a minute. Let's see if I can pull it off here. He's not. Oh, he is rooted now. I don't know if I'm going to be able to do it. Might have to. Oh, boy, he's doing a lot of damage to my pet. I'm not going to have enough mana to... the only way I might be able to do it is I might have to... it's going to take forever. I'll have to calm both of them and use dazzle on both of them to buy myself enough time to... it's gonna be close. Maybe I can do it. I'm gonna try to keep my pet alive for it. Well, that's cutting it about as close as you can do it. But hey, I killed a dude who was at level 49, just like the other named was. Well, I kind of didn't. That's so cheap. That stuff will take a cheap shot at you as soon as you break invis. They start running immediately, but not until after they've swatted you one time. Got my daggers back. Okay, my son's ready for me to go say goodnight, so I gotta take off. That's my video.